each main topic, there were readings given and a lecture conducted. This means there were 3 topic lectures in total, all on different days. After each lecture, all of the participating students were sent immediately to a computer lab, where they were seated at their own computer desks. After a brief 4-minute revision session, where all of the students could study the key concepts learned in the lecture, they were randomly assigned to 2 different groups. Group number 1 had 40 people, and was the group who was simply restudying the key concepts. Group number 2 had 43 people, and were the group who were taking small computer tests about the key concepts with feedback. For the restudy group, the key concepts were shown to them on the screen for 15 seconds at a time, with the instruction being to just study the information. For the retest group, they took small tests where the concepts were presented on the screen for 15 seconds, with a word or 2 missing. They then had 10 seconds to type in the missing information on a blank screen. They then got feedback about what the correct answer was. Both groups did this for each of the 19 concepts for that topic, which were presented in a random order. They repeated this process 6 times, with a 2-minute break between the 3rd and the 4th repeat. In that 2-minute break, all students completed a questionnaire asking them if they had read the assigned readings and if they had attended the lecture for that topic. After the 6th repeat, there was a 5-minute break where all students filled in another questionnaire about how difficult they found the process and if they thought they had learned the concepts. Then finally, both groups were tested on their knowledge of the concepts by using the same fill-in-the-blank test as the retest group, except without the feedback. After completing this, they were thanked for their time and sent on their way with a reminder to come back later for the next 2 tests. They were not told that the next 2 tests would be on the same material. The exact same test, including the exact same practice method, was conducted an average of 18 days later for the 2nd time and 5 weeks later for the 3rd time. It's also worth mentioning about 20 students dropped out of the study prior to the last test, which the researchers said came down to a lot of students had finished their degree and were no longer around campus to take the final test. After the 3rd and final test, all remaining participants, of which there were now 30 in the restudy group and 33 in the retest with feedback group, were tested on their working memory capacity by using a test where the students had to remember some letters while also doing a complex task, such as answering if an equation is true or false. This whole process was done for each of the 3 main topics.